It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Niners and the Hawks, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams that love to throw the football. And you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching with you. The veteran Jason Myers will get this one started. And off we go from Lumen Field. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the counter, it's McCaffrey. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
The play clock down to 0. And this, not the best of sequences.
Still 3rd down.
The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long.
A great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn it to a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
So on 4th down, the Aussie Mitch Wisnowski out to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all. There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On play action, here's Darnold. Huff brings it in left side. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Here's a 2nd and 9. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Third and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Back deep for the Niners, Jacob Cowing. This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
On 2nd down, Purdy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's Mitch Wisnowski now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. The Seahawks offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Second down and 8. Once again, it's Walker. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. We'll try and run it with Walker. Whoa. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll try to run for it.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on 3rd down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give them credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the 1st down.
Here's Michael Dixon now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still 2nd down.
Purdy works out of the pistol. He'll look underneath here for McCaffrey. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing is Purdy. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Stoppage here, one of the 49ers is down. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. It's a 3 tight end look. as they have it 1st and 10. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt it away for San Francisco. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They run with Walker. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Here's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Jackson Smith-Njigba, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
And after that last incompletion, it's really the story of the game. This offense has had a really hard time sustaining drives that can lead to points. You can sense the frustration, not only on the sideline, but really in the entire stadium. They've got to get something going, especially early in these drives, so they can find themselves in scoring position and come away with some points.
The Niners offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he finds some space tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Third down, 3 to go. Purdy going to keep this one himself. And they've got it. Going to pick up the first down there. Right around midfield.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Purdy. Gets this one into the hands of Jawan Jennings. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
McCaffrey now on 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They run once more with McCaffrey. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down. Again, it's McCaffrey. Good blocking to the 15. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage. And that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And he will dive into the end zone. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. The kick is good. And the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over once more. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Throwing on second down, Darnold. The throw on the run is complete. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. To the left side and pulled in. Valdez-Scantling. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. The tight end Fant in motion. To throw again is Darnold. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Noah Fant. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. Here's Darnold again. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Here's Walker. And he's in! Kenneth Walker! Touchdown, Seahawks!
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. First down, 49ers.
On the give, it's McCaffrey. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's second down.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On second down, it's McCaffrey. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. It is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
On the handoff, McCaffrey. Finding space at the 15. And he'll be taken down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We're back to Seattle after this. Here's Purdy. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Ricky Pearsall, touchdown San Francisco. Tight spaces down there, things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Niners 14, Seahawks 7.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. A safe kick taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. 1st and 10. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. He'll get this complete to Walker. Darnold now to throw. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. That is caught. He finds Walker. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Darnold to throw again. That is caught downfield by Cup. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Darnold to the air once more. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Walker. A dive, and he's in! Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now the point after try from Myers. It's up and good. And the Seahawks will tie things up. We are all even at 14. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey getting set for their next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. 1st and 10. Purdy. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. I expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
So we'll take a breath. We're at the half. It has been an intriguing game to this point as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone.
Here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. He'll go play it. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Niners offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Purdy now on 2nd down. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw, Purdy. They'll set up the screen here to Pearsall. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
That's caught by McCaffrey. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Purdy gonna put it up again. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you gonna do on 4th down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Moody's kick is good. And the 49ers move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
Here's Steven Sims to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Smith-njigba, the man in motion. Connected with the tight end. That's Fant. And he'll be taken down at the 30.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. Not much happening there, just a short game.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
To throw on 1st down is Darnold. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Seahawks.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately.
And of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He'll complete that to his fullback. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Seems like the fullback is kind of the last of a dying breed, but we see them used occasionally in the run game. But man, when you have a guy that you can target in the passing game, it just adds one more layer for a defense to have to worry about.
He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to the air again is Purdy. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Again in the air for Purdy. This throw, left side, caught by Kittle.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
So Kittle comes in motion. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. All alone is the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey.
If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. But I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This from 30 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Niners cut the deficit down to 1.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're going to try to keep it going. They'll take a shot. Downfield, looking for Cup. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
That pass caught right side, Valdez-Scantling. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. One of the tight ends in motion right. We'll try and run it with Walker.
Ken Walker as ball carrier. The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
the Seahawks sending out their punt team, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Niners offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Now from the pistol. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. He finds his big receiver. That's Jennings.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, 49ers.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a 1st down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Here with McCaffrey. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Purdy works out of the pistol. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll try it now with Walker. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
This offense and their running back heading back on the field. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. And And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
1st and 10. Purdy. That's hauled in once again. It's Ayuk. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
And they'll run here with McCaffrey to the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Again, it'll be McCaffrey. And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll try and run with McCaffrey. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. Now Purdy. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Ricky Pearsall. Touchdown, 49ers. Down of the afternoon. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up 1, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the 4th quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
Now, an important extra point here to maybe salt this one away. It's up and through. And the 49ers will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys
under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Outright Smith-njigba has it. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He's going to look deep, going to Cup.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
Here we go. This is 4th down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to look downfield once again. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
And how impressive was that, Mike? I mean, not only to be able to generate that amount of separation downfield, but then to track the ball. Remember, this was a running back, but he looked like a wide receiver, and we're looking around the league, Mike, and a lot of these backs, in order to play in today's NFL, you have to be part receiver.
They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 3. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the one he was looking for, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
You can see the receiver. He's pleading his case to the ref. So from our perspective, Mike, I think it's pretty clear. He was not in bounds. I don't blame him for trying. If I was in his situation, I'm doing the exact same thing.
That one taken in. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession. So they're still alive, but now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Myers now to add the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Seahawks will cut it to a 2-point lead. Even with their full complement of timeouts, the call is to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. Past midfield.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll run here with McCaffrey. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Purdy gonna give this to Garendo. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Timeout Seahawks, that is their 2nd. Talk things over before 3rd down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. Now Seattle will use the final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down 2-E. So, a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one.